Well, the weather here today is not playing ball. We have heavy rain. The pitch underfoot may very quickly become soggy and difficult to play upon, and the players will soon be soggy themselves. It is more than damp, and this will examine the fibre of both sides. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. The United States braced for their anthem. Well, that was impressive. Match that. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, under normal circumstances, this is a massive matchup, and I'm not totally in agreement with the view that friendlies tend to take the edge away. In my experience, if the opposition go at it full tilt, then you have to reciprocate. We'd like to see excitement and be entertained, but if it does go down the serious route, there'll still be lots to enjoy.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I'm a real fan of this guy, Ruben Dias. Portugal do have the reputation, not just of producing great wingers, but great centre-halves too. And I see him as the latest in line. Okay, he can be quite conservative and he won't wow you with inch-perfect long-range passes, but he's incredibly solid.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Bernardo Silva. Rafael Leao. Now this is an adventurous run down that left-hand side. Cross flung in towards the middle. And that has been knocked clear. And we have our very first corner. Gets his head on it! No, he didn't quite meet it right.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
And he's been shifted off it. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
He is through here! And it's played in. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Bernardo Silva. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Spread it left. Now it's Rafael Leao. Oh, that's a key interception. So it is still 0-0. Nicely weighted ball. Pedro Neto. Oh, easy pickings there. Thinks about the shot. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Pedro Neto. A probing pass. That's a decent clearance. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Threads one in, it's a promising position. Fires it in low. And that has been clubbed away. Diogo Dalot. And it's Bruno Fernandes. It's Bernardo Silva. Rafael Leao. And that's been won straight back. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. He's found a way through. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And it's Bruno Fernandes. And this is Ronaldo. That's really well manoeuvred.
Oh, great feat, that.
Bruno Fernandes. Good driving run.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Bernardo Silva. And he shoots! Just off target.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
There's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Now, can they get him away?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Half-time getting close now. Oh, strongly challenged there.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now it's Pedro Neto. Pass is just off target.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Looking for options for movement. Real chance here.
Vamos ter minuto de compensação.
And there's the end of the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Some first half thoughts?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in the second half.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. Here we go again.
Portugal have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Opts for safety. That has been slung wide. Nuno Mendes. And it's Bernardo Silva. He's on it, can he get away? Now can he find a finish? Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Looking for the run, and it's made its way to... He's had a shot! Oh, taken with style! And that is the goal we've all been yearning for. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Portugal still trailing by 1 and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Rafael Leao going full tilt down the left. Bruno Fernandes, and he's forced to go back. Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
He's had it taken off him. Bernardo Silva. And it's Bruno Fernandes.
Portugal really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Now this could be a chance. Tries a shot! Goal! Right back in it. Almost no time remaining. Game still on. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
The United States choosing to make the first change.
Vamos dar lugar a uma substituição.
Portugal grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And this is Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo ploughing through the middle. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Nicely shaped ball. Inacio gets across to intercept that. And this is Ronaldo. It's not an especially good pass, that. Tries to pass it through. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Caught offside that time. The United States making consecutive changes here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Back towards the middle. Oh, nicely intercepted. Bruno Fernandes. And this is Ronaldo. And it's been given away. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Oh, they could break here. And there's green grass ahead of him. Face to decent chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Can he get it through? Diogo Costa gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Bruno Fernandes. Vitinha. Driving on and making good progress. Nice control. He's having a shot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench.
It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box.
He's being urged to shoot. And a chance! Oh, it's in! And that has raised the roof!
Marcou para Portugal. Aos 89 minutos de jogo, o camisola número 7. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Portugal complete their comeback, and now they only need to hold out for a few minutes.
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
Mendes with a definite foul there. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Shoots! It's in! We thought it was over! It's all square once more! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
All square again into the dying minutes.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. Okay, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. He's in plenty of space here. He's shifting through the gears here. And a cross, bullish header! Oh, yes, it's there! And that may just do it! It was wonderfully efficient.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
And that will be the final act. Portugal can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability to kill it off. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, the game plan for me just looked a little confused, and the crowd seemed to pick up on this early on, and it just created a kind of negative vibe around the whole stadium, and I think this performance was one best deleted.